Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. There's a couple messages that are in me coming through, and I want to share them as per usual. So you know what, I think I might make this a shorter format video and share one message at a time. I'll do my best. So what I'm going to focus on in this one is this phrase that came to mind. Don't wait for the perfect external container to share your gifts, your depth, your wonder, your wisdom. In life, in culture, in society, at least in the culture that I was raised in, Western American, suburban, whatever culture, a specific path is laid out before many of us, and societal expectations are set, and on a large scale we're often kind of viewed in a boxed in way. And what I mean when I say this is, people, whether it's family or society, I know many people experience this, including myself. I have experienced it in the past, but people see us through these like boxes, these frames, and these limited perspectives that perpetuate this narrative or this idea that if we don't fulfill a specific role that's already kind of laid out for us, for example, if we don't go become a doctor, if we don't go take our fascination with nature and become a natural tour guide or whatever, or if we love making art and if we don't go off and become an art teacher or an art therapist or whatever, it's like, oh my God, I'm so worried for you. How are you going to fulfill your purpose in life? How are you going to make money? How are you blah, 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 blah. Like all this stuff. And I hope this kind of makes sense. I hope this is making sense. I am saying these things because they're kind of examples from my own personal life, but I think there's such a big collective out there that has gone through and experienced similar things. And then there are people like me and you who are, I've heard us described as multi-passionates, and in reality I think every human being has multiple passions, because if we were only passionate about one thing in life, I think we would be robots, because what makes us human is the color of our focus, our emotions, our interests, our diversity internally and externally. And our worth is not determined by our external achievements or our training through an education system to compartmentalize our natural human tendencies and funnel them into an avenue that's designed to make money flow through an economy. You know what I mean? And so I'm sitting here and I'm talking into a camera and I'm making a video because the main message here is, again, don't wait for the perfect container to share your heart, to share who you are, to share your humanity, your wisdom, your creativity, your messages. You don't need to necessarily wait to graduate or achieve this big external thing that's going to give you that validation from your family or society in order to actually matter, in order to be someone, in order to have an impact. One of my family members who passed away, God bless him, in April of 2020. He was my uncle, and he was never uncle by marriage, but he was spirit uncle. My aunt met him in college, and they dated, and then they stopped dating, but they remained dear friends, and they lived together for the last years of his life. And his name is Steve, and Steve said, or I think he repeated this phrase from his teacher, Sri Ravi Shankar, who was a disciple of Maharishi, who created the TM movement. Just giving you some context. That side of my family, my aunt and all her friends or whatever, they're all part of the original TM movement in the 70s. She went to college and found Maharishi and like studied with him and everything. So her, you know, college lover, who is essentially my uncle spiritually, and he's always been in my life, he repeats this phrase, and it is, the most important person in the world is the person right in front of you at any given moment. And I'm sure we are all familiar with this concept or this truth that the only thing we have is now. And sure, we have the past and we will have the future. However, we're not living in the future right now. We're only ever living in the present moment. We're only ever living in the present moment. So think about what that implies. There are infinite possibilities because the future has not been nailed into a picture frame on it. It's not been nailed down. It's not been set in stone, so to speak. And so because of that fact alone, there's infinite potential for what could occur. And oh my gosh, being an angel, she likes to go in the bathroom and ask for the sink faucet to be turned on, but I am living in an RV right now and I closed the tank valve, so I can't just leave the water running for her right now, but she'll be able to be in a house soon where she can have running water. I'm going back and forth between my RV and an actual house, visiting fam. So anyway, yeah, because now is all we have, there are infinite possibilities for what we can create or imagine or achieve in the future. And this is not to say that our actions have no bearing on the future or to be apathetic or nihilistic about the future, because it's very true that, you know, in the present we create momentum that breathes life into a future. Our imagination, our actions, our beliefs, our devotions really set in motion possibilities for our future and can help us become aligned with a future present moment that allows us to shine and glow and be of service to our values, to our callings, things like this. So yeah, coming back to the main point, you don't need to wait for the perfect container to share your wisdom. This is something that came to me, and so if this video found you and it's, you know, you feel that it is helpful or meant to guide you, that's why I share this wisdom, this insight, this little blip. But yeah, I make these videos because I have so much more to share in my heart, in my soul, than I feel like I have, or than I have, you know, historically believed that I have the external support to do. But I find that making videos and being on YouTube, I mean, it's literally a perfect way to spill, like, to just channel all of this giving energy that I have, all of this inspiration, all these thoughts, all these insights. I love to write, I love to speak, I love to share, I love the intellectual, philosophical, spiritual, mental, emotional, soulful stimulation that comes as a result of connecting with patterns in nature and my own psyche and my own emotions and my own internal universe and other people who are also curious about the universe and the way that they work and the way that they can be in harmony with the world and themselves and others and whatnot. And yeah, so I hope that if there's something that you've been waiting on sharing or expressing, but your mind is saying, oh, well, okay, let me just put it this way. It's one thing to be calculative, planning, cautious, on the path of being committed to doing something that you are committed to doing, and it's another thing to allow those calculations to rob you and rob the world and rob others of your magic, your gifts. So if the thing holding you back from sharing your soul and your gifts is this idea that you don't have the perfect place to put them, and you know it's an idea, like you dig deep in your soul and you recognize it is only an idea, and I do have the option to share myself, then I would encourage you to open up your soul and let the butterflies of your like expression in your heart just like fly and spread everywhere and fill the air with magic, you know. And this is a really specific message for specific people who are experiencing just that. It's not for people who are empowered and who know, empowered in their plan of execution, and who are committed to sharing, you know, fulfilling their purpose, you know. I feel like my words are coming out really imperfectly, but I really hope that the core of what I'm trying to say comes out. The very bottom line of what I want to say is that I just want to encourage you that, yeah, if the only thing holding you back is an idea but not actually reality, then go do the thing, go share the thing, go show the thing. Your voice, your spirit, your wisdom, your experience is all so rich, and it has so much potential to serve and impact other people. And it feels really good, as you probably know, to express your soul, express who you are, and to be received. And if you're in an environment where, you know, your wisdom is not received, or the people around you, the spaces around you, they're not receptive to the magic of what you have to share, then, you know, maybe it's a sign to go find a different space to continue to share. Or maybe you want to take that as encouragement to just continue, you know, being even stronger in your faith, your conviction, your sense of purpose, whatever it is. I could go on with this, but back to the basics. You know, don't wait for the perfect container to be who you are. You're here to create new. You're here to pioneer new containers, new modes of being, new ways of sharing, tapping into your infinite potential beyond the containers, the expectations that were set for you by society or by your family or by the school or whatever systems, you know, whatever it is. So be encouraged. If you like these videos, you can check out my description, and there are ways in there that you can support me. I'm also an artist. I make visual art of all different kinds: illustration, photo, video, painting. As I said, I love to write, I love to make music, I love dancing. I'm into performative art things, and transmuting like psychological, mental, emotional ailments and conditions through creative expression. Creative expression and soulful expression is one of my favorite things, one of the things I'm most passionate about. So yeah, check the description, see what's going on. I also do intuitive psychic readings. Info for those are in the description as well. And what else was I going to say? Okay, well, I'm blanking, so I'm just gonna leave this here and see you next time.